How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good day. So I'm gonna get another shave in on video. I'll talk about a few different things. There was a couple requests on a couple different topics, so I'll try to still keep it as brief as I can. Got a little coffee, so if you guys are drinking, cheers. All right. Before I start, I don't want to be doing this every single time, but I know quite a few of you guys have asked to see some pots whenever possible. So these are some new glaze pieces that I had come out. So if you guys see on the inside and on the bottom, you have kind of this, sometimes people refer to it as like a lavender, but at different times it's kind of like a denim blue with some the ability to kind of go more gold yellow. It doesn't really have any of the gold yellow effect, but after I glaze the whole thing in blue, I take liquid wax resist and do a bunch of these lines where you guys see the blue, and then there's a second gold glaze that's dipped over the top. So whenever you guys see kind of these grayish lines, that's a combination of the goldish glaze on top of the blue. So this one's got kind of a cool effect. I'm just going to show you one other one. This is a red stoneware, and this is obviously like a little vase, and I don't know that the color is going to be the easiest to see, but it's kind of like a dark green, almost bluish, and this is called an Oribe glaze. So basically what I did was I dipped that gold glaze first, and then I did wax resist here, and so then that way when you dip the second green glaze on top, this remains just as that one gold glaze. But this Oribe glaze kind of has a interesting effect. Unfortunately on the video it doesn't come across very clear. Hopefully it's not too dusty, but there's different crystals that grow. There's kind of like an iridescent or metallic look, and there's kind of some parts that get almost a little bit hazy or kind of cloudy. So anyway, if you guys were wanting to see some pots, there you go. Okay, so one of the questions that I got asked was about everything that I do before I shave, pre-shave. So to the person that had asked about that, give me one quick second. I no longer think that, for myself personally, that my best result has to come from taking a shower first and then shaving immediately after. I used to think that that was probably my best bet for success. When I first started wet shaving, I really took to heart this idea that, like if we're gonna go pay, 40, 50, 100 bucks for, a quality barber shave, that they're gonna be giving you those, the 1, the 2, the 3 hot towels. I'm in no way discounting, whether how luxurious that may feel or how much it may help get the skin or the beard prepped. But I used to really, get the boiling water, soak the towels, hold the towels on, and I think that at some point I realized I don't need to get my face that hot. The water is really the key thing in wet shaving, if you ask me. Getting your face washed, maybe some people are saying like a cleanser or like a scrub probably works best for them. And I would say that I found that just having a, maybe a minute or two where you're getting your face, moisturized, or, cleaning maybe some of the oils off. Some people find that they don't want to. Let me just start loading real quick. This is Mystic Water. Jeez, sorry you guys. Mystic Water, Cedar, and Sage. And I smeared it on the inside of my little loading puck. There was just a little bit of water. And this is the PAA Green Ray Synthetic. I've been using this the last few shaves. I'm actually having a little bit of an easier time with Mystic Water these last few times. Just kind of, really the main thing is I'm just using less pressure while I'm loading. And it seems to be helping a lot. So anyway, as far as pre-shave, you know, I think just getting your face clean, your beard softened or hydrated, and at least for me, not letting the skin get overexposed to, you know, water that's too hot. So for many years I was pretty happy with using like the SV pre-shave oil, and so I would use that pretty frequently. I think moving forward I'm not really going to be using the SV pre-shave oil, except for just kind of conditioning some of my badger hair brushes. So but yeah, I really do think that it's as simple as just find a way to work the water into your shave. To me, that makes a very, very big difference. Oh, by the way, so here's our, I'm going to give this a few shaves with the BBS-1 and the feather. These are going to be my last shaves using this razor, and then it will no longer be with me. So I'm hoping that I enjoy my last few shaves. This was the DE razor that double-edged blade that this razor was, I guess, kind of designed with. So BBS-1 with the feather, brand new, the Razor Rock aluminum handle. Okay, so that way we're, oh geez, I forgot to use a little rinse bowl. Okay, we'll make do. This Mystic Water is really nice. Okay, you should be good now. All right. I know when I'm watching a lot of other people, the pre-shave bars, the pre-shave soaps, you know, whether it's got a lot of glycerin in it or some of the other, you know, slick ingredients. Okay, we're going to go for some water. We got 2 days beard growth. Just since I'm not familiar with how this blade combo will work out, I'm going to do a with the grain first pass. I don't think I'm going to fiddle too much with this lather. I'm just going to go one more dip in the water and we'll leave it there. Okay. So first pass with the grain. Okay. This is the first time I've shaved with a feather blade in a long time. Really trying to maintain that angle. For me, it's just kind of keeping that handle down a little bit more. Blade seems to be moving pretty smoothly. Get some alum on my hands. So I think I'm very happy with how this is shaven so far. I kind of had a feeling that, you know, Christopher David Bailey was talking, I think, last week in one of his videos about how there's a lot of times where we have preconceived notions of, you know, maybe when it comes to like gear, you know, and once we have an idea in our head, it's a little hard to kind of remove that preconceived notion, you know, to be able to judge something for the actual experience that we have with it, you know, for like the first time. So I think that that's probably true. The last time I remember using a feather blade was with, I think, the stainless steel and the aluminum Razor Rock slants, the stealth slants. I did like them in those. I felt like they didn't feel like a harsh blade. Like that was a comfortable pass. But I tend to think that there's more you know, for someone that is first starting, I do think that having one razor and a sampler pack of blades, it's worth exploring, you know, really trying out different blades with the same razor. The problem is for a beginner, when they are, you know, like for me, I switched over from using, you know, the foam in a can and a cartridge razor, and then started using a badger brush, a melt and pour glycerin soap, a double-edged razor, and so you have kind of like those three new things that you have now, incorporated into shaving that are kind of new to you and that you're learning to use. And then again, just like I was mentioning earlier, wet shaving, I think what is key with it is how you control the amount of water that is incorporated, into your pre-shave routine or with your lather. Your post-shave. I think that's probably good. I don't think I'm maxing this lather out, but that's going to be fine. Let's do an across the grain. I don't know how close I'm going to want this first shave to be. I think I'm probably just going to get this shave in and maybe 2 more shaves with the BBS-1 and the feather. It's worth kind of mentioning. I'm sure if a lot of people in the hobby had, some obtainium. I don't know that it's, and a lot of people don't like using the word unobtainium, but, I think trying to get a original BBS-1 razor, it's pretty rare. The good thing though is for those of you guys that are really after trying to get, what this shave, would feel like from this specific razor, you're better off just kind of going for that WR2 from Wolfman so that you don't have to pay this huge price. So for me, it's like I don't find right now that this is going to be hard to let go. Maybe part of that is my connection with it has less to do with the fact that it's a rare item. This has got more than enough use from all the years that I've had it. I've had plenty of time with it, so I feel like I can judge fairly. If I didn't have that many shaves with it, maybe it'd be harder to know if I'm going to miss it when I let it go, but I think I'm okay with downsizing the hardware. Alright, well, I don't know how we're going to feel after this. Maybe what I'll do is just kind of go on the neck. Usually I kind of do this against the grain pass, kind of all the way up, but so far it's not feeling uncomfortable. Obviously got a little nick there, but anyway. Let's see what this lather looks like if we're going to kind of pull it out. Let's just go a little more water and we're good. Really nice knot. I was watching, I had noticed that on one of the videos that I was sharing using this, I was like going pinky up when I was face lathering. this just is not a comfortable handle for, I think, the length of my fingers. So it's really love how that knot performs. I'm looking forward to getting it in a more ergonomic handle for myself. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this shave up with a little bit against the grain pass. It's nice and easy on the pressure. Not to go too high up. I'm kind of stoked because I have a bundle of silver tip hair. So at some point later this year, maybe I'll get around to finishing the 2-band sorting of the hair that I got years and years ago, and now I have a bundle of the silver tip hair. I'll make that into a knot. I don't know how many knots I can make out of one bundle, because I forget if it's supposed to be around like 40 grams of hair. Seems like it's pretty fine silver tip hair. So, and then I've got a bunch of brushes that I'm going to be listing for sale. I probably will show those on this channel. All right, I'm just going to do one last rinse. We'll throw on the aftershave, and that should be it. Watching Marion the Barbarian, one of his shaves last night. It sounded like when he was kind of going through some of his dialogue, he's got some similar kind of thoughts on shaving and just, not needing to be very, very close, baby butt smooth every time. I think sometimes what happens is if you remove kind of that standard or that need of having to make your shaves baby butt smooth, you slowly inch closer to it, trying to maintain that comfort every single time that you shave, and you just kind of fall into just a better practice of not over shaving. But I think for today, I'm going to go for just something simple. This is the PAA aftershave sample of Supreme Sandalwood. And I've mentioned these before. I will use this whole thing right now, but if you guys wanted to use half of it for one shave and then get it in on another shave, I think you can. So here, let me go a little bit more. There we go. Okay. That didn't really burn on application. It's got a little bit of a lingering effect. Skin feels good, looks good. Maybe it's probably the menthol. I think that's what I'm feeling. Good scent. Not my favorite of Douglas and Francis, but I really like the scent of this cedar and sage. This is one of my original shave pucks from Mystic Water from probably 8 years ago. So almost finished with it, but yeah, it's been kind of cool just this last week realizing if I use this brush, not loading with so much pressure on the brush has really helped. So I'm really stoked on that. And then just see, there's other things in this. So it's cedar, yeah, Junipera virginiana cedarwood. This also has clary sage, patchouli. It looks like it may have bergamot, lime. It does have a cinnamon and nutmeg. So this has quite a few different scents in it, but the soapy side of it definitely comes across as well. So I have to say, the pairing of this was really nice. I don't want to say, unfortunately, I didn't try the feathers earlier, but I've just always found that for me, each razor is going to have its own kind of assortment of best blades for each individual person. But for the first time using the feather, yeah, great. I usually I'm not a huge fan of these. Just in my previous experience, they tend to be a little rough from what I remember, but in this razor they did great. So you'll see a couple more shaves coming up with me wrapping up my uses with the BBS-1, but I'm very happy with it. So just one little nick, not too shabby. So anyway, let me know if you guys have any questions. Hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll catch you guys probably in the next few days. I'm going to try and kind of keep allowing myself to have just a little more beard to test this out, so that way you guys can see what this is like with just a little more visible beard growth. So I'm happy with how this shave went. So anyway, you guys take care. Have a good one.